In this video, I teamed up with Juan, a 29-year-old ATP pro who was ranked as high as 218 in the world for singles and is at a career high of 233 in the world for doubles. And we're teaming up in the 15k in Antalya to defend my 4 points from last year and hopefully pick up my first pro doubles title. Let's see how it went. So the doubles tournament started on Wednesday with round 1. Here you can see me and Juan practicing on the practice courts in Antalya. They were very, let's just say ropey is the correct word. Very, very dusty. Terrible bounces, but we just had to deal with it, working all of the different areas of doubles, of course, working a lot of the net, small touches. I had met Juan actually last year here in Antalya, of course a very, very good player. I was very excited to have the opportunity to play doubles with him. He also has a YouTube channel, so go and check that out with the link in the description as well. He makes some really awesome content over there about his journey at challenger tournaments. We then warmed up some serves. I was really feeling confident in my doubles game, especially. I find that my doubles game improves on the surface before my singles. Our first round opponents for this first week were two Italians, Alexander Binder and Leonardo Malgaroli, ranked 828 and 1437 in doubles respectively, so definitely was going to be tough, but hopefully we can get the win. So we're going to jump straight in to our first round match. Me and Juan play against two Italians, I believe. And this, first match, of course, playing with someone new, you always kind of have to get used to their game style. But we started off strong, really nice lob to win this first game. And the vibes were good. I think that's always very important in doubles. The vibes being good, you and your teammate, you're communicating well, you're also having fun on the court. I was joking, saying that, it's like Andy Murray, that lob and stuff like that. I think that really created a good atmosphere. And as you can see, we get a chance early on in this first match to break here. I was trying to be as active as possible, as you can see at the net. Getting a chance, that volley should have been maybe a put away. Juan going to the guy at the net and going up an early break here. Now the sudden death juices play such an important role. Now if you can win most of the sudden death juices, you're going to be doing a good job, and they can swing a match one way or the other. If you're 4-2 up, 2 sudden death juices can either mean 4-all or 6-2, so it's always important to focus on those games. Like here you can see going up 3-0, very, very strong start, and once again at 40-15 here having another chance to win this service game. And the other thing that I find really fun about playing doubles on clay is you have a little bit more time. The volleys are in a way more effective because you're taking the ball from a slower bouncing surface from the air basically, so you're speeding that up, and I really enjoy that. And so with the 5-love lead in this first match, it was really positive, and it started off kind of the campaign with one in a very positive way, and I felt really confident at the net, knocking away loads of volleys, just moving as much as possible. And I think that that's always one of the important things in doubles as well, is not only just playing from the back, but also feeling nice and confident at the net and just being able to really move the ball nice and well. Now in this second set, I think that we really needed to just turn up the energy in the first few games. It's always important. Like Juan said to me, first few games, just we keep the energy as high as possible. We ask them a few questions. We keep asking the question, their service game, are they able to hold? And, again, here, sudden death juice is a great opportunity. And we take it and we go break up. And, it's a good opportunity, basically, to go ahead and really kind of break your opponents, especially after like a 6-1 first set. So, really wanted to take advantage here in Juan's service game to try and go up 2-0. Juan was really solid from the baseline. He just made so many balls. He was actually at a career high ranking this week that we were playing. So, that was also quite cool playing with someone of his level. This second set, this game was key here. To go 3-1 up, that's going to be a super important game. And obviously 15-30, another huge point. Juan with a great volley down the line there. And once again, another one of these sudden death juices. It's this one's a kind of a secret big point here. The difference is huge between 3-1 and 2-all. So really want to make sure that we get this one. Go up the line, get a little bit lucky with that net cord, of course. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck. And from here, I think we had a lot of confidence going forward to the next few games. And I think we were able to really complement each other's game styles. I'd say in terms of a doubles player, I'm more, let's say, aggressive. I serve big. I like to intercept at the net. Juan's very baseline oriented. He likes to play from the back a lot, and obviously has great hands. He's very much more all-rounded doubles player, because he can kind of do everything. So yeah, I think we played a really solid match here. As you can see, really kind of grooving to the end of the second set, really feeling the returns, looking to come forwards, just play a few points like that, just kind of kamikaze it all out. We get our first match point here at Juice, and we don't manage to take it, so I'm going to have to serve it out here in my service game. And so with this win, I got 2 extra ATP points and defended 2 of my 4 points from last year.
Yes, guys, so just came off court. A pretty solid match, I think, for the first time playing together.
I'm really impressed. I mean, your level serving, you served amazing today.
I was very loose.
The lobs.
The lobs, yeah. I have to credit Andy Murray. Andy Murray just teaching me the backhand, the forehand lob.
For the first match was a really amazing match.
Yeah, it was fun, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's my first time as well being seeded.
Let's go, man.
Seeded
Really?
in doubles. Yeah, it's the first time. So we have to make at least the seeding.
Our second round opponents once again were 2 Italians, Manuel Mazza and Andrea Piccione, both ranked 1,104 and 425 respectively. Piccione is also the seed number 1 in singles with a ranking of 477, so 2 very strong opponents. So next day on the Thursday, it was time for the quarter-finals. Now, of course, here, playing for a chance in the semis is a big jump in the points. Obviously, they doubled, so go from 2 points to 4 points, which makes a big difference. And of course, you know, every point counts when you want to improve your ranking as fast as possible, especially in doubles, because, you know, the combined ranking between you and your partner is, you know, for seeding and entry. So that makes a big difference whether you're, let's say, ranked 1,300 in the world or 800 in the world. That's 500 ranking spots, which can make a huge difference in each week. Now, these 2 opponents were super strong. Piccione on the right was very, very good singles player. I think he was the seed number 1 in the singles draw. We knew going into this that both of these guys had played singles, so there was a potential that they'd kind of be, you know, pretty tired. Obviously, Piccione had his singles the next day, I think, as well. So there was, you know, a little bit of a thought in my mind, at least, that, you know, maybe if we can ask the question like that and really put them under pressure, they might begin to just think about the singles a little bit more than the doubles. And, you know, with the start 5-1. It's exactly, you know, what we wanted. Me and Juan both executing really well. Of course, they played some amazing points, some really good touch. They're obviously both talented players. And we go sudden death juice for a set point. They play a very, very solid point there. And once again, they start upping the level here in this first set. But again, the scramble for myself on this service game, this was going to be key. We go 40 love up here for a chance to take this first set. And we do. Again, very solid first set. And I think here in the second, once again, it's going to be all about, can we find a way to ask the question? I think that both of these guys were playing super loose. They were, I don't know, I don't want to say kind of going for, I'll say going for it, because I think that they were really just hitting it. And I think that they had a kind of carefree attitude. And I think that that's obviously a difficult place to be in as a player. I'm sure a lot of you guys that play tennis will know it's going to be really difficult to play against someone who almost doesn't care as much as you do in a way, because they play super relaxed, they play nice, they play free. And I think that, you know, the beginning of the second set, as you can see, going down 2 love here, that was quite evident. And even though we played some great tennis, they were playing some really, really good tennis. And intercepting that lob there to get the break back, that was a huge point. You know, looking to kind of poach as much as possible on these clay courts. I think that, you know, in doubles, if you put yourself in the right position, usually, you know, you're going to have a good chance to make the volley. Me just scrambling there, didn't really know what to do. Most of the time, if they hit a shot that's too good, then fair play. But I think if you can kind of keep them on their toes, they're more likely to kind of make mistakes, and especially at the, I don't want to say lower level, but, you know, the guys, you know, who are playing kind of the, you know, amateur tennis or potentially even low-level professional tennis, if you just do the basics right and you kind of ask the question, then you're going to get rewarded essentially. And a point like this was was absolutely nuts, managing to put it away on that backhand cross there. But again, facing a pretty dire situation here, 4-1 down in the second set. I really didn't want to let this go to a tiebreak. I said to Juan, you know, tiebreak, anything can happen. It's a bit like a lottery. I really did think that we deserved to kind of come back in this match. And a great lob there again, Andy Murray style, taking us here to again another break. And now we're back on serve. And I think the energy really picked up from us here. We really tried as much as possible to kind of match their energy, if not increase the energy. And at 4-4 here, I really had a sense that, okay, now we're grooving. We're gonna take this match now. We go 40-15 up in this service game. Juan with the, you know, the good ground strokes, and even the hustle here to get this ball back into the court is huge. And you know, just playing one extra ball would make such a big difference. Now, once again, I'm serving out for the match. A position that I've obviously been in the first match. I think I made 2 double faults in this game, so I was pretty nervous, but I sealed it with an ace wide to take us to the semi-finals of this first week in Antalya. And by winning this quarterfinals match, it pushed us to 4 ATP points for this tournament, meaning I earned 2 ATP points overall now in total, which will push me another 50 spots up the rankings.
Yes, guys, so round 2 complete was, I think, better match than the first one, much closer.
Yeah.
A couple more ups and downs, but I think we dealt with it very well. Second set was a little bit, they were kind of so relaxed, and then they changed their game and it was working. Yeah. So we just had to stay calm.
It's never easy because we start playing really well. The other guys, they immediately knew like we were playing better than them, so they completely changed the game. But then we did good, like we stayed on the match, and then in the end, like we beat them.
Yeah, so
it was good.
Looking forward to the next round. I think we play the seed number 2.
Yeah.
So we play a higher seed than ourselves for the first time. But I think we got a good little bit of momentum going.
Man, we're playing really good.
On track for the first title. We're gonna do it. We can do it.
Let's go for a bit.
Yeah.
In the semi-finals, we faced against the number 2 seeds, Gökberk Saritas and Mert Nasi Turka, who both play regularly together here in Antalya, ranked 628 and 564. They've won titles before, so it's definitely going to be a strong match. So the next day on the Friday, it was time for the semi-finals. Now today we were going to be playing 2 experienced Turkish players. Now these guys definitely played a lot of events in Antalya and a lot of events together. Now of course this is my first time playing with Juan, so I was hoping that we could kind of bypass that team chemistry, build off our first 2 match wins together, and really look to do some damage here in this semi-final. Of course, having only ever I played 2 semi-finals before. We've won 1, lost 1 with my friend Raf. We ended up losing in the final one time, so I was hoping that this could be my first opportunity at a title with Juan here, and of course taking out some seeds in the being the seed number 4 pair for the first time actually. It seems almost weird to say that. I was hoping we could kind of go all the way to the final. So, good start here again. We seem to be having some really good starts in our matches, going 4-2 up, 30-15. But these guys definitely knew how to poach better, to play some good doubles. They held the cross battle really well, but always were keeping us on our toes with those balls line, and doing a good job there on the sudden death juice. It's always important when you kind of try and use an intercept volley to follow it up and kind of go where they're trying to go into the space. And again, a chance here to potentially go break, and once again I'll let him pass me there if he can hit a backhand line. That's too good. 30-all, this is a huge point. Great hands from Juan. Him just putting that ball long, making him play 1 extra ball, so important. We get our first set point here on sudden death juice. Great volley there, comes across, tries to finish it off. I'm looking for the ball here, put the volley away, and we win the first set 6-2. And again, these sudden death juices, we're winning a lot of them, and as you can see, we're winning matches as well, which it kind of shows a big correlation. If we're going to win more sudden death juices, you're going to win more matches. It's just all about how you perform in those pressure moments. I was serving really well this match, to be honest, really putting the balls cross line, just hitting the spots basically, and giving Juan good setup volleys. I think that in each service game it's 50% how many first serves you make, and 50% how good the guy is at the net is at reading and coming across and finishing, in those service games. If you can both do those consistently, you're barely ever going to lose service games against most opponents. So here, beginning of the second set, we go 2-love up. We're playing some really good tennis, but we can sense that they're both beginning to up the ante a little bit. We said let's stay focused, let's just keep playing our games. Obviously, deep down I was beginning to get a little bit nervous, but Juan's energy was really bringing me through. And volleys like that I was just putting away nice and clean. So yeah, we go 5-2 up here in the second set. At this point I'm feeling nice and confident that we can kind of take it, and the energy is good. But again, you never really want to be complacent in these matches. Anything can happen at any point, and I really obviously wanted to get back into the final. Not only is it good for points, but also just want to take the first pro title. It's obviously a big milestone in the career. But here, 5-3, on serve once again here, and we get our first match point, I believe. And really want to just finish it off, go to the guy at the net, go with a little lob. Juan here with the volleys, and I can't quite put it away. And here at sudden death juice, we get a second opportunity. Juan with the volley, and we take it, and we're into the final. And so we're into the final, and that's going to give us 8 ATP points and 6 net ATP points in total, pushing me nearer to that goal of top 1,000.
Right guys, so win number 3, we did it. Good semi-final performance. This was, I think, our best match. It was a little bit closer than the score kind of said. There was a tight moment in the second set where they had a medical timeout. I said to you, do you think he's actually injured or is he just trying to buy some time? And Juan, with the experience, said he's just playing the game, let's just say, and it was very easy then for us to lose a bit of energy. But I think overall I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do.
We are really, I think we're making a good couple, man. So
we got to do it. We're going to win this one.
The day before the final on Saturday, it was time to warm up. Now, these warm-up conditions were a little bit different to usual. It was about 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. The courts were kind of completely wrecked almost. We knew this was going to be an interesting finals day. We're just going to have to adapt as much as possible. We're playing against the seed number ones, so a very strong pairing. I think both are ranked around 300 to 400 in the world. And so, this was going to be, tough.
This has to be the windiest conditions I've ever played.
Especially in the warm-up, getting rhythm was really difficult. So, we just tried to kind of laugh it off and not worry too much about where the balls were going, just feeding the ball a little bit and getting some nerves out as well. It was kind of good not to focus actually so much on the match, but actually how crazy these conditions were. And in the final, our opponents were the seed number ones, Jiri Barnat and Thomas Lanik, ranked 313th and 665th in the world for doubles. We're really going to have to raise our level for this one. So here we go. My second 15k final, my first obviously here in Antalya, and these guys started off strong. They played slightly differently to most of the other players we played against. They played very aggressive doubles. And they really hit the ball. So they're going to really move through the court, and a bit of nerves early on there from myself, just putting that volley wide and then going up an early break. Definitely not how we wanted to start. I definitely think that they were hitting the ball like a lot faster at us, so the reaction volleys had to be quicker, and therefore the nerves, if you don't have the grip or you don't have the kind of game plan on exactly where you want to hit, makes it quite tough. But once again here, getting a break back early on, and we knew both of us are going to be obviously wanting to win the title, so it's not just us that's going to be feeling it. And here this point, bit of communication between me and Juan, but overall it's a great point here, managing to put that volley with just not enough power basically, but managing to win the point nevertheless. And here taking the game to go 3-all, a good kind of comeback from the first breakdown. There was a bit of a whirlwind out here. They were serving super solid, putting the balls away at the net. We again also serving solid. There was quite a big crowd out here to watch this one, so it was good to kind of feed off their energy a little bit. I was serving rockets. I think one game I had 3 aces in a row, which was obviously, just settles the nerves a lot. But yeah, it was overall very fun to play this match, and it was very close from the get-go. And I really wanted a chance here to break, to go 5-4 would be huge. And Juan unfortunately puts that ball into the net. And now it's on us basically to kind of hold our service games and to focus on how we want to kind of come back in this first set basically. Again here they take their first set point at sudden death juice, 2 sudden death juices in a row. You can tell the games are tight. Putting a reflex volley in there, him just drifting that wide and taking it to 5-all. I think the confidence in the doubles was huge, taking the balls early, being aggressive. Floating the ball up was effective because the ball was flying everywhere, and just always hustling for every point. I think that was my mindset, and just really hitting through the ball. I'd rather miss long or at the guy at the net and him play a good shot like that. It's obviously frustrating when it happens, but I'd rather it that way than putting a ball in the net or not even making them play. And we're into a tie break in the first set. Obviously first to 7 points. I wanted to have a good start here, but they played lights out first 2 points, getting a mini break already here, just not going on the right ball there for myself. Juan going good rallying cross, gets drawn out, and Thomas comes across there at the net, and we go 5-1 down in this first set tie break, and obviously that's not what we wanted. And I think the energy was a little bit down for both of us. They were playing some really solid tennis. We go down 6-1. But, we never give up. We want to fight back. We want to focus on, how we can ask the question, cover the angles. We get it back to 6-4 here, 6-5. And now the pressure's on their service point to take this first set. And it goes straight at me at the body. I was really annoyed after that. Obviously, there's a huge difference between taking the first and going to a match tiebreak for sure. But yeah, that's just sometimes how it goes. And we wanted to try and regroup in the second set and really try and bring it back. Points like that were just insane. And here at sudden death juice once again on my serve, them just getting lucky and going 4-1 up, and that just, I think, was the defining moment. The energy change from them. We go 5-1 down in the second set, and they were really beginning to play loose and free now. And it's just crazy how sometimes one or two small things make a big difference. But again, here's sudden death juice. We do manage to hold on, and the fight's never over. Like we saw in the first set, tiebreak 6-1 to 6-5. You never know what's going to happen. Me and Juan were, maintaining a positive attitude of kind of never giving up. They just were playing lights out and really just knocking off volleys, and they get a first championship point here at 5-2, 40-30. And the ball travels long, and we unfortunately lose once again in the final, but I was super happy with my week with Juan. That was it for this week. I was really happy with the fact that we obviously made the final, which is obviously a great achievement. My ranking jumped a lot of spaces. Make sure to go check out Juan's YouTube channel, which will be linked down in the description, and the quest for the first pro title continues.